Hi everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how we can get the live market data of any stock or any symbol. And not only the price, we will be able to find a lot more things. For example, what is the upper circuit level, what is the lower circuit level, and a host of different things we will be able to find. So let us start. I've already done the login. So that means my API key and my access token is already completed. Now I am showing you first the documentation. You will have to do control F and find quotes here. Once you do the quotes, this is the function which will help us to get the quote, the market quote of a particular symbol. How to get this quote is on the right side. So you can just click on Python and they have given the exact code here. This is the code starting from here until here, and this sample success response is only the final result, how the result would look like. So it's up to you whether you want to copy the bottom part or not, but the important part is still print response. So what I've done is I've copied the entire thing and I'm taking you to the IntelliJ software now. So this is where, as you can see, I've copied the entire thing. There is slight difference. I have added this here, as you can see, rather than putting the client ID and access token again and again. What I'm doing is I'm basically opening the text file, which was already created when I ran the authentication file, and I'm reading from there. So essentially, let me quickly go through the code and then we'll see how the results are coming. So this is where I'm reading the client ID and the access token, which has already been generated by me. Then I'm again creating the FYERS model. I am creating a dictionary where I am telling what all symbols I require. So always remember that the format of symbols in FYERS is, if we talk about stocks, it is NSE colon SBIN dash EQ. Okay, so you will have to put dash EQ at the end. Now, how did I find this? I'll tell you a very simple method. You can log into FYERS. Let's say you want to get the data of TCS. So let's log in, and I am just writing TCS here. Let's add it. Once it gets added, click on it and you will see that the complete name or the complete symbol is shown here, NSE colon TCS dash EQ. So that's the method. You can find out this symbol, the method of writing the symbol of any symbol that you want. So that is what I've used here, NSE colon SBN dash EQ, comma NSE colon idea dash EQ. So I basically want to get data of two symbols. Then it is calling this FYERS.quotes function and it is passing this data that we have created, and it is going to print the response. Like I said, they have already shown how the response would look like, but let's run it. So I'm just going to put a quit statement here. Quit will essentially stop the code here, and let's run it. So we can see that we have got the results. It says message empty, then there's a code 200, then there's something D, and there's a big information being presented here. Then there's another information being presented here. So right now the data doesn't look so easy to read, but essentially what has happened is it has given the response in exactly this format. So it has given the code here at the beginning. Then there's a D. So essentially we are in a dictionary. Then in this D, it is actually a list. Inside the list, the name of the symbol is shown from N. Then we have the V, which has the bid and ask. This is the nearest bid and ask. Obviously, since I'm making the video after market hours, ask is showing as 0. But if you do the same thing during market hours, this will have some value in it. This is the change. This is the change percentage. The name of the entire symbol. What is the exchange? What is the FYERS token? What was today's high price, low price, last price, LTP, the opening price. It also gives you the original name and things like that. So in case you are not sure what this means, we can quickly go back. And it will actually tell us all the whatever we were trying to find out. So as you can see, these are all the information that is being provided to us. opening price is the opening price of today, high price is high price for the day, low price is the low price of the day, previous closing price is yesterday's closing price, we have the volumes traded, and it is giving us all the information that we require for a particular stock. And similarly for idea also, so you will notice that the SBI data is still here till okay, and then we have idea data starting from here. So that is how the data has been presented to us. But now let us try to understand how do we extract the relevant data from this variable that has been created, which is the response variable. So the way to do that is, let's say we want to find out what is the name of the symbol. How we can do that is, let's say name of symbol, and the actual variable is response. Now in response I want to go to D because the name of the symbol is here. So I want to go to D. So I will open bracket D. Once I do that, it is going to print, or this name of the symbol will have everything right from here. Everything right from this bracket here. Now after this bracket, as you can see, this bracket is ending till here. This bracket is ending here. That means the SBI data is the first part, or the first element of the list, and the idea data is the second element of the list. So what I can do is open bracket 0. Now I have the data for SBIN only. This will not have any data for idea. Let's run it actually. So let's print and see what is the result that is coming till now. And you can see, so this is the result from here to here. Let me actually comment this and run it again. It will be easy for you to see. And now you can see this name of symbol only has the SBI data. Now there is no idea data anymore, but still we wanted the name here. What we'll do is we'll do N. Why N? Because this is being represented by N. So if I run the code now, you will actually see that the value is NSE SBIN-EQ has been presented to us. So let us go ahead and try to extract all the relevant information for SBIN. So we've already got the name. Then inside the V, we have the bid price, the ask price, the change. Let us from here try to find today's high price, today's low price, and today's LTP, and today's opening price. So let's make another variable. Let's call it high price. And again, how we'll do this is response D 0. Now inside 0, I don't want N anymore. I don't want N. What I want is I want to go into V. So I'm writing V here first. Once I am inside the V, then I want to find the opening price or the high price first, which is written like this, Control C. And that should give us our result. So let's run it now. And you can see the high price of the day 820.3 has been extracted. We can also make it a little more easier to read. Name of the symbol, and similarly we can write high price, and we can do the same thing and find out the low and other variables also. So let's do that. Let's find out the low first. So the name is low underscore price. I'm just making this low underscore price, and I'm going to print it out. Then let's find out the LTP. This is the live price. So LTP is equal to, let's print this, let's create the variable, and it's called LP. Let's quickly confirm if this is the LTP. LP, where it says yes, LP is the last traded price. So let's come back. So we've got the LP also, which is 803. Let's print it out. So print LTP. Next, let's find out the today's opening price. And let's print it out. And finally, let's try to get the previous closing price as well as the volume. So previous close, I'm just using the same formula that we have created, the name, the format, how to get to the particular value. Okay, and the last thing that we want from this part is the volume. So let's do the volume also. It is always better that you copy the variable from here so that we don't make any mistake. And I think that's it. We have got all the data that we wanted. Yes, because the next part is for the idea. Let's not run for that. Let's run this code now. And we can see for SBIN, now the data is much more easier to read. We have the high price, the low price, the LTP and the opening price as well as the previous close. And we have the volume for the day also. And the good part is that all of them have been added into a separate variable, so we can use that going forward. And similarly, you can do the same thing. You can put ones everywhere. So if you put one everywhere rather than the zero, we will actually end up getting the value of the idea as well. So I can just show you one of the examples. Let's make this first one as 1 and let's make this also 1. And now what you'll realize that the first two values will be for idea, the remaining values will be for SBIN. As you can see here, the name is idea, the high is also for the idea, but all the other things are for SBIN. So this is the method you can use to extract value using the quotes function being offered by FYERS API. But this is not yet over. So if I quickly take you back to the documentation, and if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that they also offer us something called the market depth. So as we know that whenever you want, you can actually find the market depth here, that what are the best 5 bids and what are the best 5 asks. So that is also possible. And in fact, apart from that, it also tells you what is the open interest, what is the upper circuit, what is the lower circuit. So all that is also added. Only difference would be that now we will have to put this OHLCV flag. So we'll have to set it as 1. And once we do that, our result will look a little slightly different. So I'm going to show you that code now. So essentially in the data part, I have added this OHLCV underscore flag and I've put it as 1. Please remember that when you're putting this 1, it should be a string. It should be a string, not a integer. That means you have to put it inside quotes. And now we are using dot depth. So rather than using dot quotes, we are using dot depth here. Now you might wonder, how did I find whether it's dot depth or not? Again, easiest way is you check out Python, right? Just click on Python and you'll see that they've used dot depth here. So I've essentially again just copied the same code that they've provided here. And let's see what is the result. So I'm going to run the entire code now. I'm going to remove the quit from here so that the code does not stop here. Let's see whether we are getting the complete depth also. So this is still the previous code. This is still the volumes, which was here. And the second part of the code has started to run where we are using the depth function. And you will realize that the results are a little different. So this entire result is for SBIN now. We have the ask here, and you will see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ask prices. Again, as I said, since I'm making this video after market hours, you cannot see the prices, but during market hours you will see 5 best asks and similarly 5 best bid prices. And apart from that, you have the OHLC that we saw earlier. Also, we have the last traded quantity as well. We have the LTP also. Apart from that, very important, we have the ATP, the average trading price. A lot of times this is not present. Most of the brokers don't give you this information. So a very, very important information to find. Again, if you don't know what ATP means, just check out this. So if you come down a little bit, ATP is the average traded price. So as I said, it's a very important information to find. And we have the lower circuit price and upper circuit price as well. So of course, there is no expiry and there is no OI here because we are talking about stocks. But if we were to put, rather than a stock, if you put, let's say, a future or an option, you will also get the expiry and OI as well. So let's see, let's get the values similar to what we had done earlier. So let's get the remaining values of ATP, lower circuit and upper circuit. So ATP is equal to response, and then again we'll do the same thing. We have to go inside D now. D. Once we are inside D, then we'll again, so this is a little tedious because you will have to put the name manually. You'll have to put the name manually. So I am putting the name manually here, Control C. So in case you don't know what the name is, you can find it from the quotes because that's already saved in our variable. Let's print it out just to check if everything is going fine so far. Yes, so we've got the total quantity, which is the this name here, but we don't want the total quantity. We don't want the total sell quantity. We don't require the asks. We don't require the bids. We are at OHLC, so directly we'll be putting our variable now, which is ATP. And that should give us our results. So print ATP. And it has given us the average traded price. Again, we can make it a little easier to read. And similarly, we can find out the other remaining variables of lower circuit and upper circuit. So this is the lower circuit. I'm just copying the name from here to here. And similarly, we will have the upper circuit. And like I said, since this is not FNO, we are not getting the value of the OI or the expiry. But if you were putting any FNO symbol here, you would have actually got the OI and the expiry as well. Lower circuit. And the last thing is the upper circuit. And I think that should be it. So let's see if you're getting the final result. Yes, you are. So you're getting the ATP, you're getting the lower circuit, you're getting the upper circuit. And again, like I said, they have been added in a variable, so much easier for you to use them going forward. So that's how you use the quotes and the depth function provided by the FYERS API. I hope this was useful. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.